Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, many online, and today is our online fair. We record the first hour where we have an intuitive panel where the 14 practitioners answer questions from the audience. We'll introduce ourselves too, so you get to know who we are and what we do. The first hour we're all together here, and this is recorded, and you can watch this on YouTube. And then for the next 3 hours, the practitioners are in public breakout rooms offering all kinds of different things. There are going to be educational talks, group readings, and healings. Some practitioners are available for private sessions here at the fair. Some are making some lower prices or smaller sessions available for you if you want to do private sessions outside of the fair. You can find all that information by going to jointhefair.com and scrolling down to look at the flyer with everyone's contact info and has the different offerings. I'm going to be posting I will later post in the chat information on all the talks and the schedule of what's happening in the breakout rooms, and I'll be posting that, broadcasting that. It's free to see throughout the event. And again, you can see the entire schedule, who's here, their contact info, their offerings, and the schedule of all the talks if you go to jointhefair.com and scroll down. Or if you want, you can move around to one of the Zoom rooms called Fair Schedule, and you can see it up on the screen there. All right, great. Well, let's get started with our introductions. And then if you want to ask a question of the panel, this is free. Let us know in the chat and we will get you in line. We focus on people that have never asked a question at one of our online fairs before, although we might not have enough of them and we might go to people that have done this before too. So please jump in and let us know. All right. So Sandra, then Rosemary, and Dr. Lincoln, tell us who you are and what you do and what you're doing here today.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sandra Jeffs. I've practiced 15 plus modalities over the years. I am a master feng shui practitioner, a certified theta healer, and I'm an energy and light worker. I practice from a holistic perspective using what will be the most beneficial for my clients. And today I'm offering a talk and a free group clearing for connecting with your divine soul and activating your divine abundance. The talk will be, and the clearing will be at 4:15 in room number 9 today. And today only, I have a special of 20% off, a 1-hour personal theta clearing, clearing limiting beliefs that are holding you back and maybe sabotaging. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Sandra. Rosemary, Lincoln, and then Christina.
Hello, everyone, my beautiful beings of light. I'm Rosemary Davis of Dragon Mastery. I am a spiritual minister here in the state of Oregon. We focus on spiritual alchemy or personal transformation. Today, we're going to be focusing on awakening and your personal transformation, the steps that you go through, the challenges that you face, the things that causes blocks in that change. We focus on transformation using education, practice, and expression, trying to help you express yourself, be who you want to be, awaken that light within you. We do that a couple of ways, through consulting services, through workshops and study groups. We also have live events, which I'll be here in Portland next Saturday at the Way Home Shop. On October 5th. I hope to see you there. You can find more information on that on my website. But we also have the Dragon Shop, which we offer lifestyle products and gifts, everything from incense to candle holders to backflows and so on, just to help you express your individuality in awakening. We do have a special offer today. It's 50% off of a one-to-one service with me, and that is a $47.50 savings. We primarily are a community of spiritual practitioners offering a variety of different modalities to help you reconnect with yourself and the divine energy. I'll be in room 8. I would love to see you there.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. Dr. Lincoln, Christina, and then Mike.
I'm Lincoln Stoller. I started as a mountaineer, and then a physicist, and then a computer architect, and then a psychedelic cultural explorer, and then a hypnotherapist, and now a clinical counselor. So that's a bunch of things. And I'm called a psychotherapist, and I'm living in Victoria, BC, Canada, but I am an East Coast person. And At 5:15, I'm talking about psychedelics and hypnosis and altered state work, therapeutic in nature, in breakout room 6, if that's what you call it, number 6, whatever it is, a room, a place, 5:15. And then I'm offering for $30 a half an hour session of whatever you need and whatever I can contribute.
Thanks, Dr. Lincoln. We have
Pretty much it.
Christina,
Thanks.
Christina, Mike, and then Serena.
Hello, I'm Christina of Crystal Quartz. I am a celestial mystic. I am a life purpose coach. I also am a Reiki master. But my main tool is understanding ancient esoteric knowledge, occult knowledge, and using that in my practice of understanding the multidimensional aspects of yourself and the realm that we live on and the universe that we're in. So with that said, one of the key things that I'll be focusing on today is understanding the book of you, which is called your birth chart, and actually focusing on the aspects in your chart that call out your soul essence gifts. So today I will be doing a talk at 4:45 Pacific time, 7:45 Eastern time, understanding your soul essence gifts. And then throughout the whole time frame, before and after my talk, I will be doing many celestial essence readings where we'll focus on your Mercury, your Jupiter, and your Saturn, possibly your moon placements, and how those placements in your chart can pull out certain aspects of your soul essence gifts and how they're being expressed at this moment. In addition to that, I will be also offering a 20% off discount for anyone that joins the fair on any of my online readings and energy healing services. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. Then we've got Mike, Serena, and Jason.
Hi, I'm Mike Hernandez. My name, also known as the Tarot Sage. As the name implies, all I do is tarot. That's just it. I'm going to be doing a talk at 5 o'clock on a Q&A on tarot. You can ask me anything you want about the tarot. No questions are off base. You can ask me about my experience. I've been doing readings for 16 years now. I've got a general 3-card reading for $15 that I'm going to offer, and private readings for $10 for $30 for 10 minutes. Good readings. My readings also provide you with knowledge, guidance, and peace of mind. Knowledge in the fact that you see your situation or yourself clearly. Guidance in what the tarot says are ways that you can deal with it or approaches that you can take. And peace of mind that once you have knowledge of what you're doing and how it's going, and you have a plan to attack it, you're good. I hope to see you at 5 o'clock. I'll be in room 7. And I'll be doing tarot Q&A all day, so you can ask me anytime.
Thanks so much, Mike. We've got Serena, Jason, and Sheila next.
Hi, I'm Serena with Astrology and Energy Healing. I'm an astrologer, Reiki master, tarot reader. Today, I'll be offering astrology readings, alchemical Reiki, and tarot readings in room number 10. My normal fare rate is $2 a minute, but today I have a special where I will be doing my readings on a donation basis. I will also be doing a free sun, moon, and rising mini analysis for anyone who comes into my room. I also practice alchemical Reiki, where I can help you remove energy blocks, and sometimes your body receives a little treatment too while I'm doing it. I'm also happy to chat about current events in astrology or do like mini astrology tutorials for anyone who stops by my room. So come say hi.
Thanks so much, Serena, Jason, Sheila, and DoveLight.
Hello, I'm Jason Coulter with Awakened Souls. I am a Reiki practitioner, an Akashic Records reader, and universal energy healing. Today I'll be providing a guided tour into your records, donation based only, and that's it. I hope to see you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jason, Sheila, DoveLight, and Angela.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sheila. I'm a licensed spiritualist minister in the province of Ontario. I am a metaphysical hypnosis specialist. I will be talking about interlife hypnosis journeys at 4:30 Pacific time. That's 7:30 Eastern time. And I will also be talking about soul fragment retrieval at 5:15 Pacific time. That's 8:15 Eastern. I love doing the metaphysical work. It's amazing, and I see lots of transformations that happen. I will also be offering free single card pulls in my room, which is I think number 11. Oh, that disappeared there. And I will be available for questions as well. So please pop into room 11 and ask lots of questions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Reverend Sheila. We've got DoveLight, Angela, and Susanna next.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lovelight from DoveLightOracle.com. I'm just a regular person, and I'm also a very intuitive reader. I will be doing readings by donation. I also will be doing 2 talks today. You can find me in room 14. One talk is about soulmates, karmic relationship, and twin flames. The other talk will be about the Mayan, sacred Mayan calendar and working with cacao as a ceremonial circle. And I'm just grateful to be here. I'll be doing tarot readings, but they're not only tarot readings, they're more like soul level reading, frequency tarot readings. So I'm also very grateful to speak about any spiritual topic. I'm very open to it, especially if you are wondering about experience that you might have, or you're a beginner or something on that line. So thank you very much.
Thank you, DoveLight. Angela, Susanna, and is it Christina and Smita next? And then I think we've got Brionna, and I'm trying to remember if Emma's been up. All right. So Angela's next.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm a Peruvian shamanic practitioner, a Reiki master teacher. I'll be in room 1 this evening, and I want to focus on helping you look at different parts of your own psyche by writing your own story in utilizing the characters of the princess, the prince, and the dragon. And I'll also be available all evening for any other questions or concerns you might want to talk about. So I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks, Angela, Susanna, and then Christina and Smita and Emma and Brionna.
Hi, I'm Susanna. I'm with Dragonfly Holistic. I'm a psychic medium and detective, Akashic record reader, and holistic healer, among all kinds of other things. Today I'm offering an interactive talk about the harvest, how to harvest the challenges in your life. There's so many times when we have really hard times and we want to just get away from them quickly and shut them down, but it's really important that we can go back in and access what it meant for us, or what types of gifts are there, and harvest them, and also release them so we can move forward. So a lot of times we're blocked because of the trauma or whatever the challenge was. So tonight I'm offering let's see, I've got an interactive talk of about 20 minutes, depending on who's in the room and what we're talking about. And if you want to continue further with me, I'll do a 10-minute healing for $20. And then during the month of October, I'm offering a private 1-hour session for $125 instead of $150. So it's $25 off for you. So I look forward to working with you tonight or later. Thanks so much.
Great. Thanks so much, Susanna. So Smita and Emma, and then Brionna. Get Brionna up here. Are you having trouble unmuting? Is it being difficult? Okay, let me give you a request to unmute. Did that work? Great.
Hi, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened, but I'm Smita. I'm a psychic medium. I'm fairly new to the fairs. I've actually progressed and learned a lot from other people and practitioners in the MeWe community. I'm very happy to be here. Basically, I use a pendulum to connect to the other side, whether that be spirit guides or loved ones on the other side to provide messages. And I love speaking about pendulums. I feel like it's quite a different thing that I have than other people. I am doing group readings by donation in my room, also private readings for $20 for 20 minutes. I have talks at 4:15 and 5:30. So please come to my room. I'd love to chat. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Next, we have Emma Jane and then Brionna. So go ahead, Emma. Oh, am I having internet problems? Okay, there we go. I was frozen. All right, Emma, you're next. Not sure if you can all hear me.
Yeah, thanks, Laureli. Hi, everyone. My name is Emma. I am the ambassador and spiritual director of Temple of the Land, which is a center for sacred wisdom and community. I am passionate about supporting young people, young adults, and children with understanding themselves as energetic beings and understanding their gifts and how to work within those gifts in their daily life in practical ways. I also like to bring together intergenerational communities. So young people are serving and bringing joy to elders, and elders are bringing wisdom and impact to young people. And personally, I practice as a psychic reader and a mystic. I would be happy to work with you on your questions today. So we'll just flow organically with what comes. I'll be in room 4. So if you come up with a question or you have an area of life you would like to look at, we can look at that. There's no plan except your plan. So we'll just check in and then tend to what's needed. Yes, everything is donation based today. You can email me if you'd like to enter a raffle to win a free session. And all that information is right there. And I think that's everything. Thank you. I look forward to meeting you.
Thanks so much, Emma. Brionna is next.
There we go. Hi, I'm Brionna of Mystic Mantis Arts. I am a visionary artist, intuitive astrologer, and psychic medium. At the online fair, I offer Reiki-infused tarot, oracle, astrology readings, as well as psychic channeling. So feel free to pop in and say hi. I know we have the October 7th eclipse for the new moon coming up this week, excuse me, October 2nd, right? And so that's a really big shift and definitely worth checking into what's going on in your life. So hope to see you.
Great. Thanks so much, Brionna. So practitioners, did everyone get a chance to introduce everyone in the fair? Maybe so. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader, body psychology coach, and matchmaker. I read your eyes, read your soul, and answer questions about your purpose, your lessons. It could be your career path. If you show me photos of people in your life, I can talk about relationships. And I love to use this work for matchmaking to help you find a soulmate. I am running the fair today. And in calm moments between things, I'm happy to share a sample of my eye readings in the main room. All right. Well, let's see. So today's schedule. So we're going to jump into doing our intuitive panel where we answer questions from the audience. And so that's what's coming up right now until the top of the hour. And then we'll have all the practitioners in public breakout rooms where they're offering all kinds of different things. You can see the schedule if you go to jointhefair.com or if you go to our fair schedule room. And I will be posting about it as we get there. You've heard them talk about some of this now. And yeah, so just excited to do this. I feel like someone popped off, not sure where they went. But let's see, who has a question for the panel? Oh goodness, and we have like funny, weird technical things with Zoom. All right, so I gotta work on some technical things with Zoom here. But let's see. Yeah, so who wants to ask a question of the panel? We are available to take your questions. It's great if you ask us a question on anything, something personal, just like you would for a private session. It gives us the opportunity to share insight with you. You'll hear from several practitioners, so several different perspectives from several different directions using different modalities and approaches. It lets everyone learn from your answers. It lets everyone learn about all the different ways that we work. And we get a chance to share who we are and how we can help you and help everyone. This is a great opportunity to practice opening your intuition. If you know you're intuitive, if there are modalities that you practice, if you use cards, for example, have your cards out. See how you would answer someone's question. Don't share that, please. Let us have the chance to share when we're doing the panel. Then if you want, when the person's done getting their answer, you're welcome to private chat them and see if they'd like to hear what came through you. Please honor whatever they share. They might not want any more after hearing from all of us. This is a great opportunity for us to all grow and learn together. All right, let's see. So To figure out what's so does anyone have a question for the panel? It can be on anything. You can see we can address so many different things. And if somehow chat is not enabled, like I don't understand what Zoom is doing. So if someone's wanting to ask a question of the panel, just go ahead and raise your hand in Zoom too if no one's able to chat. I just don't understand how Zoom keeps changing all these things. Yeah, and I don't even know. One of my practitioners asked again about a send message list, and I don't even. Okay, great. Chat is enabled. Thank you for chatting with me. No, I don't have a send message list, so I don't even know. Oh yeah. Okay, and I can change names and things like that. Everyone should be able to change their names themselves too. So if you want over your own image, you can click on the three dots, or in the participants panel, you should be able to click and change your name. Okay, great. I'm glad you're all seeing that. Yeah, so does one of our attendees want to ask a question of the panel? Anyone that has done it before too, you can jump in and ask, because we don't have anyone in line at the moment. We've never had this before. We always have people in line. All right. Laurel, do you want to come up on screen? Oh, great. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Laurel.
Hi.
Jump in, and what would you like to ask the panel?
Use my blue filter clip-ons. Yeah, wow, I'm an HSP, highly sensitive person, an empath. I'm thinking that I might need a little help getting through the next few months, which seems like they'll be rather intense. And there's an opportunity to take a course through the Isha Foundation. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Isha Foundation. The guru linked to that Isha Foundation is Sadhguru. And I don't know who has heard of him or who has not. I went to the free introductory class for the particular offering, which is, I don't know how many total hours, but it's I think it's once a week for a few weeks. And I don't know if it's right for me, because I haven't been highly in, I mean, this is pretty new to me, this Isha Foundation and what they're offering there. But one thing that one will learn is a 21 minute meditation, which as they're advertising, can make a significant difference in one's life. And so I'm highly wired neurologically. One might say that I'm what are they calling it now? Neurodivergent. You know,
and Laurel, just if you could get focused on what your question is, because we've got people that want to answer, and I want to get a lot of questions in.
Yeah, so well, that's the question. That I'm not sure if the workshop is right for me. They're not calling it a workshop, but the online offering to learn the 21-minute meditation, I'm not sure if it's right for me, and I'm not sure you know, I'm not exactly sure what else is being offered, but it's supposed to calm the nervous system. And
right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We've got some answers. So let's so Rosemary and then Sandra right now. Go ahead, Rosemary. And I'll time you and I'll move my phone.
Oh, thank you. Laurel, I appreciate your desire to learn. One of the things to keep in mind, once you do your research of the organization and everything checks out with you as far as safety, legitimacy, and so on, and getting feedback from other people. But if it resonates with you, if it's calling you to—
Excuse me, I have to let somebody into the facility. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
So I think Laurel, are you coming right back, or are you gonna walk away for a moment? You're muted, sorry. I'm not sure. We may come back to Laurel's question.
Okay.
All right, great. Let's see. So in line, we have Christine. Did you want to come up? Christine. So let's see, and I'll grab so in line we have, I'm trying to find where everybody is. I have Christine, Christian, and Madri in line. If you want to come up, it's best if you turn on your video. Well, that's the only way I can bring you up here. Madri, I'm going to bring you to the front of the line because you got your video on, all right? All right, so Madri, what is your question for the panel?
So my question is, so I also have done like psychic development. Sometimes I am reading, but I feel like I'm not a very strong reader, or I'm not very confident sometimes in some of the things that I do. What is a good way? I don't know if it's just to boost my confidence, or like, are there like developmental classes that you all might recommend that would be great developmental classes, and kind of hone in into your intuitive gifts?
That's great. I'm sure we've got a lot of answers. Yeah, I see DoveLight in line. Let me get DoveLight up here in a moment. And then also, I'm going to say, in your eyes, there's some reflection on your glasses, but I'm guessing that self-confidence is a bigger lesson for you throughout your whole life. And so this is the same just as everything else. So it's really knowing and embracing your goodness, trusting your value. So looking back over the ways that you have provided value, all the ways you put in so much effort to be good in the world, the ways you've made a positive impact. So really celebrating that and feeling good about that is a way of boosting our confidence. And with doing this work, it's taking risks, and that means that we get to be wrong a bunch of the time. And that's true for all of us. So yeah, so creating safe places for yourself. We have practice circles. We just had one, that just last night. So do things like that. But yeah, so find safe places and practice. All right, DoveLight's got an answer for you. And then we've got Smita and Sandra.
Thank you so much for your question, Marty. It's very important to understand, if it resonates to you, the all spiritual gifts come from the source, from the divine. No matter how you call it, no matter which is your way to connect with it, that's your key, your foundation, your basis, to allow time to meditate so you're able to listen if you choose to do so, and to allow the time for prayer in whichever way goes for you, because you're asking. When you're building that connection, the asking and receiving, then you're going to trust the messages. When you trust the messaging and say, hey, they're making sense, this is happening, oh, I got this intuition, look how we overcome, you got that trust. And when you have that trust, you're able to trust yourself. It is not about how powerful you are. It is not about how accurate you are. It is not about that. At the end of the day, the spiritual gifts are of service if you choose to use them for service, but are a reflection of your inner work and peace. Definitely, you have the passion. You also have some, if it resonates, some wounds in your heart, like very deeply, that needs to be healed. So because this is in a way is blocking a little bit of intuition, but intuition is right there. Also, time to give and receive. There is something about balance, not only in the spiritual realm, but with all your relationship. You feel like, I don't want to say that you've been taking advantage, but sometimes you'll be in a situation where people have either take your trust for granted or your confidence for that, and that's have put you like a little bit cautiousness, and that has reflected of might not be good enough as a friend or as a partnership. But it is not about that. It is also very important to understand that you do have a purpose in this world. You do have it. Do not compare yourself to other readers or teachers. They're meant to be what they're meant to be. You are meant to be what you're meant to be. Now I'm going to stop because we only have so much time. Otherwise I can go for hours.
Thank you, DoveLight. Yeah, we all have so much we want to share. Smita is next, and then Sandra, and then Angela and Christina.
Hi, that's a great question. And actually, I have a lot to say because I've come from a very similar experience in the past 6 months, basically, as I said. I never really felt that I had any connections or any intuitive gifts. And then I basically recommend, if you can, try and clear your space, clear yourself of any negativity, whether that be, for me, it was relationships that I had to speak up and kind of state how I feel, and then becoming more confident in myself. So I started basically doing practice sessions. The ones on this platform for MeWe are excellent. It's a great way to practice with other people without any judgment. That helped me a lot in my confidence and trusting what's coming through, because most of the time, even if it sounds maybe a little bit off or silly to you, it probably resonates with the person you're practicing with. And I find meditation is a really great way to ground and protect your energy and clear your head, so that when things come through, you can kind of take them and see where they go. And also, I find positivity definitely helps. Focusing on the positive. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much,
Good luck.
Smita. We've got Sandra, Angela, Christina, and Emma, and then we'll go on to the next question.
Well, I agree with everything both of them have said. All of those things are really important. What I'd like to give you, I often love to give just short things that people can do. We have two nervous systems in our body, our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous system. Our parasympathetic is back here in our amygdala. It's often called the monkey brain. And our ego is there, and it's our ego that tries to keep us safe and say, no, 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 this is too risky, and all that negative self-talk that comes into our brain. So the best way to gain confidence, I found personally, is through the breath and working with through the breath. So I'll just quickly give you, I'm not going to demonstrate it. If you come in my room, we're going to be doing that, but you just breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4, and then out through your mouth slowly for a count of 8. And do that 3 or 4 times, and that will shut down the sympathetic nervous system and connect you to your parasympathetic, which is where your soul is, where the truth is. The other thing is just really simple. You're just sitting, you take a deep breath in and turn to the right, and exhale, come back to the center and go back, and you're just turning your head, and that really helps. So try it and see what you think.
And we've got Angela next.
Hi, a lot of intuition is really just being responsive to the energy field, the matrix, as you were. People want to think it's this rare thing. It's really not. It's just learning to pay attention. So, excuse me, a very basic practice is just basic meditation to calm your mind. And then any type of energy practice, and there are a lot of them out there. Making energy balls, learning to tell your energy from something different, working with the energy of the plants, the stones, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And slowly you develop that awareness, just like developing a muscle, and you become more sensitive. As far as confidence, just make note, hey, I had this feeling something wasn't right with this person, so I called them and they downloaded. That's concrete feedback, right? And you will slowly over time, you will build up that data that will give that analytical brain that this hemisphere is known for, what it needs to shut up, basically. Okay, so that's my advice.
Thanks, Angela. Next, we have Christina, Emma, and then we gotta go on. All right.
All right. Hello, Marjorie. What I kind of got from when you were talking about understanding how the message is coming through, being confident that, I immediately got there's like a disconnect, and possibly this is why the messages aren't really clear for you. And just take this, as is. If it resonates, doesn't, but it's just something that came through. What popped through was understanding who you are, ancestry and cultural wise. And also understanding your divination through your ancestral roots. So your gifts might be showing up in a certain way, but the disconnect of understanding it is because you're leaving out the acknowledgement of your ancestors and your cultural practices. So regardless if that's hoodoo, voodoo, any of the African traditional religions and things like that, I definitely see that type of energy around you. Once you figure out what that is, I feel like that disconnect is going to go away.
Thanks so much, Christina. Next, we've got Emma.
Hi, Marjorie. Thanks for your bravery with your question, and my sense of what could be supportive also, in addition to what everyone has shared, is working with grounding through sound. So whether there's some kind of a mantra, maybe something that's beyond our traditional kind of affirmations, but something that speaks to your heart, that's a mantra that could be culturally significant, or it just could come from anywhere in our human family that resides and resonates with you. Working with mantras while moving, whether you're walking or cleaning or whatever you're doing, is another way that I have found success with quieting down that part that is critical or questioning or doubtful, and making more peace within to be able to not just hear your intuition, but really respect and honor that truth as your truth as it comes through. And then song, if there is some, music or song, or, maybe a more heartfelt, spiritual or soulful sounds that you can connect with. And that feels like that resonance will help you stay in your body and make that voice less a feature of your existence as you go forward. So that's what I got for you.
All right, great. And let's see. And Rosemary, did you have a quick add-on from what you shared earlier?
I do. All of these suggestions have been good, but I just want to point out to you that you have recognized your gift. So give it a chance to grow. Go out and network with other people that are doing the same thing. That way you can see that it's not strange, and everybody kind of did a 1-step, 2-step to get there. Laureli's panels are a great way to talk to people that are going through the same thing. But remember to allow yourself to grow in your gift. And the only way you can build that muscle is to practice. So just getting out and networking with folks that are doing the same thing, and that'll help you become more confident.
Great. And I'll let you squeeze in. I'll let Jason squeeze in too. And we don't have that many people in line. So anyone else that wants to ask a question, let us know. Go ahead, Jason.
Hi. So I would say inner child work is going to be a big thing with helping that ego back down a little bit. You want to make friends with it. You don't want to destroy it or drop it. It's part of you. It's all part of you. So, and then what I was getting is that you have been receiving information, and then on top of it, your guides are actually showing you proof of that information. You've received information and then you've seen proof, and they're doing that to build your confidence in what you're receiving is true. And so when you hear those things, don't dismiss them. Take them to heart and know that you are on the right path and you are doing the work, right? And then that should build your confidence. So watch the signs. Okay. And that's what I have for you.
Thank you so much, Marjorie, if I'm pronouncing your name right, for jumping in and getting us started with the first question. Yeah, hopefully you feel more comfortable jumping in and participating in lots of different ways of letting you get support, letting yourself get it. Because it sounds like you've got it around you, so letting that in. All right, let's see. We've got Christine, Christian, Matt, and Anna in line. Matt's question is a more general one. Maybe I can just ask it to the panel really quickly while we find the next person to bring up. Matt asked, what techniques, how do you read the Akashic records? So those of you that read the Akashic records, can you just speak to that briefly? And any of you that aren't online that I should bring up or on screen, tell me. So any of you practitioners that can speak to that, go ahead and just jump in if you want to say something to how you read the Akashic records.
I actually took a training, and it was all part of my journey. And it's really accessing them from within and from your heart space, the way I was taught. And it's not so much reading, but communicating with your guides. Some people have big visuals, knowing your clairs, knowing the signs in your body, as you hear the answer, as you hear the question, and then quieting your mind and listening to what the guides have to tell you. So really the Akashic records provide a sacred space to communicate with them. And I've known some people that can actually read out of a book. Me, it's just communication through the guides and reading the signs they give me through my body.
Great, thanks. And Susanna?
Yeah, I've been reading since 2006, or my first trainings were in 2006. I work with the pendulum and with the high self, and it goes, from your crown chakra through your body into your hands. So I'm a master dowser as well. But I work with a set of 32 charts. They're very complex. I could undo them and show you them, but they work with the mind, body, heart, and spirit, and the emotional piece as well. So it's past life, present life, future life, past lives, other dimensions, and it works on the soul level to access what's happening to you currently in life, in connection to your past life or past lives and other dimensions as well. So it's very complex, and it's a good process to work with. It's complex, and it's kind of a different language, but if you pay close attention to the energy and the energy shifts, that's where the where the blessing is with the work.
Thanks, Susanna. And DoveLight also has something to share.
Regarding the Akashic record, from my perspective, that's one of the names given here. Most indigenous people have their name. In the Mayan cosmology, they know it as the cloud. In family constellations, which comes from a tradition of roots of the Zulu. Now what it is, family constellation, is called the field of all knowing. But basically, it's the essence of oneness. We are all cells of a bigger body. We are all cells of a bigger spirit, being through our little tiny spark of a spirit from the intelligence from God. So we all are part of the Akashic record at the moment, and it goes beyond past, present, and future. Is another dimensional timeline, if you will. And one of the best ways to access them is if you cultivate enough compassion in your heart for yourself and for all living creatures. Some people are naturally attuned to accidents, other people are not, and this is not making them more or better than anybody else. It's just that there is guardians, there is spirits, there are dimensional beings who are in charge of guarding this information. And sometimes for your own evolution of the people you're getting information, you might not get the whole picture, so you might be allowed only to get certain type of information. This is not about if you're better or worse than anybody. This is for the higher intelligence. Consider the according to the soul contract, the soul path of the soul lesson of the person, certain type of information may be given at a certain time or not. But it is in essence the oneness that we all are doing together, experience together for the Great Spirit.
Great, thank you. So hopefully, Matt, that gives you some answers about how to read the Akashic records. I know, I'm someone, I think lots of practitioners, we end up touching into the records and reading the records, but we don't know we're doing it. There's all kinds of different ways. Oh, we seem to be having some problems here.
Once I was 3 years old,
but
black men coming out of Portugal to Western. I was only 13 years old when I started my first.
Sorry, everyone. Things happen. All right.
Hey, can we hear that guy for a while?
Person's out of the okay.
Sounded wonderful.
Let's see. All right. So you're welcome, Matt. Okay, let's see. So Christine, we have you in line from earlier on. Are you able to come up on screen with us? Okay, great. I'm going to bring you up. Let me move someone off and. All right, Christine, let's share your question with the group.
Hi, thank you. I feel like I am at a place on my path where I kind of need to, it's hard to explain. I want to enter into a healing modality. I've been doing a lot of meditation, deep meditation, and I'm starting to feel energy more. I believe I'm even seeing energy. I'm seeing a lot of, I'm just going to call it energy, and I'm in meditation. I'm hearing a lot of chatter, and I feel like it's trying to tell me something. I need to progress from where I am now, and I just am looking for guidance on that.
All right, great. Who's got answers for Christine? All right, Rosemary, just want to see any practitioners that haven't answered yet. Does anyone have anything? Like, Rosemary can get us started. Go ahead, Rosemary.
Hi, Christine. You are at a wonderful time in your life. When, when you start thinking about connecting with your higher self, there comes a call to be of service to others. And how do you do that? Some of us kind of come with a knowing of an ability to see or hear things. It sounds like you're opening some channels with meditation and so on. I would continue to meditate. However, I would also start doing it purposefully. When you meditate, begin to ask your questions. How can you be of service? How do I develop these techniques that are coming through to me? Who do I need to see as far as getting more information? And begin to join some networks, because I know many practitioners, as you see here, that are doing several different things with energy and sound and so on. You may be able to put a couple of things together that resonate with you and come up with something unique. There's no law that says you have to be a Reiki master or a sound healer or anything like that. As your ability to connect with your services or your skills begin to develop, something will resonate with you and you will be able to touch people in your own uniqueness. So like I said, the main thing I would recommend is begin to focus purposeful meditation. Start asking yourself, who do you need to see? What do you need to do? What do you need to learn? And those things will come to you.
All right, thank you. Who else has an answer? Okay, Emma, great. Let's get Emma. Where are you? Go ahead.
Hi, Christine. Thanks for your question. Nice to meet you. I was going to say similarly, sometimes setting a focus and a perspective for yourself and making a commitment with your soul to check in meditation or check in whatever it is that you do to attune for a set commitment. Like, I'm going to do this for 7 days. And in these 7 days, these are my inquiries. These are my questions. And when you sort of do that from a place of purpose, I've found for myself that having a little bit of a human time frame, obviously it's beyond that, as you develop and as we are all multidimensional beings, having that sort of structure to your day and that commitment within your sort of will to investigate what it is that you are being shown or need to be shown, or how you need to move through your life now that you're becoming more open to be of service in that way. Sometimes you could even download something. Maybe someone has 7 days of something, but you don't need to use someone else's program. You can do your own. And just, whatever number speaks to you, just be really kind of vigorous about it and see what comes through.
All right, great. Thanks. Does anyone have more to share? Okay, go ahead, Susanna.
Yeah, when I started with the Reiki, and it was really a potent form to go into, because you allow to work on yourself and then work on other people. So your best healing is within yourself. And then your service, again, is in that continuum. But any kind of form of energy work, I would recommend to help develop it as well. That's all I have. Thanks.
All right, great. Thanks. All right, thank you so much, Christine, for your question. It's great that you're here and exploring. And all right, let's see. So we've got Christian next. Let's see if you're here. Yep, I see you're in the list. Did you want to come up on screen? Christian, you had a question about past life progressions. Maybe it's a general question. We can address it briefly again. So it's for those who do past life regression or past life progression, how do you perform this? What exactly is esoteric and ancestral healing? So if anyone can say just a little bit more about those things. past life, regression, progression, esoteric and ancestral healing. Dr. Lincoln, go ahead.
Audio. Past life regression is a pretty broad term. It's a specific protocol that leads a person into a trance state and evokes from them a situation or a place or a time, and then asks them to fill in the details and build a life story. And then it typically progresses that, and it's sort of autobiographical, but it's kind of short, although it kind of takes a few hours. And it often brings in my experience, an alternative to what your current life is. So if you're an analytical person, I find past life clients experience emotional past lives, or the reverse could be the truth. Or if you're dealing with old age, you could find yourself as a young person, or the opposite. I've never done it with a child. I'm not sure it would work quite the same. I don't think so.
And just you're almost out of time. What else did you want to say before we?
I would say that it can be very therapeutic, and I often use it in a kind of a abbreviated form, like to go into an issue rather than to just build a story. That's all I'll say right now.
All right, thanks. And we had Sheila, and then DoveLight, and Brionna, I think, or Brionna and then DoveLight. Go ahead, Sheila. We seem to have some funny unmuting things going on. Can you get yourself unmuted?
Brionna looks frozen. Video.
Yeah, Brionna does, but Sheila. All right, I'm gonna have
got
okay,
it.
great.
So past life regression is tapping into our memories that are stored in our subconscious. Our subconscious stores everything, and then when we incarnate, it's there for us to access. So generally, if there's a theme or pattern running through your life and you can't figure out where it started, it may come from a past life. So past life regression therapy would help to, identify the source, do healing around that, and then releasing it. It can take several attempts, it can take several sessions. It's not necessarily a one-hit wonder. In fact, I don't recommend that. But some people do get to the core issue on their first go. I can't really answer the question about ancestors, except that we should be involving them more. So I hope this answered the question about past life regression.
Thanks so much. And we've got Brionna and then DoveLight. And Brionna, I see your bandwidth is limited. That's why you keep turning off your video. So go ahead and turn it off. I just needed it on to get you up here.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so ancestral healing, like that's something that when we, depending on our birth order, affects the kind of ancestral karma that we have responsibility for. But basically, any work the previous generations were not able to complete as far as healing things along the line, we're able to pick up. And so we don't keep passing on pain and trauma to the next generations. And so very often the oldest child will take on one or both of the parents' kind of karmic transformation, if you will. And then sometimes it's the youngest will take on, again, just depending on the birth order. But in astrology, we kind of look at like the 8th house for this. It has to do with basically the transmutation of that pain. And the idea being that working with the 7 generations before us and after us, our ancestors help us purify the karma so that the 7 generations after us have a higher chance of having success in their endeavors in life.
Great. Thank you so much, Brionna. DoveLight.
Regarding past life regression, remember that the power to change, it's in the present. The present, it's a gift. So when something like a pattern or something keeps recurring, or you have a strong feeling about certain people or certain places, most likely it's coming to make you be aware it's coming from your soul. Just like has been said before, the subconscious, it's connected to the non-physical part of us, which is also connected to the soul. And if you choose to relieve it or resonate with you, when you reincarnate here on earth, you learn things through becoming human. So in the next reincarnation, there are things that start coming up again, because there are things that can only be resolved through human experience. And this can be relationships, this can be affinities to talents, this can be many things. But what it is important to understand is during hypnosis, nobody's forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. Nobody will show you nothing that is not for you to see at that moment, because the subconscious is so smart that will only allow you to see something that you're ready or prepared for. And this is why some people have more access easily to certain past life or not, because it's like your own higher being side self is kind of like testing you to see how much you can take or not. And it's usually for you to understand or clarify something that is happening in the present moment, or to balance out something that needs to be equilibrium. A past life experience or a lesson, it's usually connected to an ancestral, a higher lesson, but that's for something else, because I got this done right now. So I also do past life and ancestral healing.
Thanks so much, DoveLight. So hopefully, Christian, that gives you some answers. All right, great. Let's see. I want to see if we can squeeze in one more. We don't have the talk starting for another 10, 12 minutes. So I want to see if we can fit in one more answer. Anna, did you want to come up?
Sure. Yeah, I have a question. I have an ongoing skin issue. It's not something really terrible, but it was a concern for me for a while. And I wonder if there is any modality, if anybody of you on the panel today feels comfortable to take a look at where it's coming from and what I can possibly do to resolve it. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the diet, because I did detox, I eat clean, so I'm running out of options why I would be having that. Thank you.
Great. Okay, let's see. So we've got a couple people already got their hands up. I know I've got things I could think of. So Dr. Lincoln and DoveLight, go ahead, Dr. Lincoln.
A lot of emotional issues are expressed through your skin. If you think of what your skin is, it's the boundary between your internal and external. It's a very dynamic organ. It is called an organ, and it's got a lot of structure, and it's got a lot of connection with your immune system and your neurology. And it's very common that people with have issues with their hair loss, or all kinds of skin irritations or eruptions. So I would suggest, I mean, of course, there are things that are just like irritations or toxins and other things, but I would suggest thinking of emotional issues. I've had good success with people who had skin issues. I mean, as a therapist, you never know what you're doing. You only see the result. Some people have sort of miraculous remission of their problem when they deal with emotional issues. That wasn't what they expected, but they knew they had tension. So I would, I don't know how to tell you to get a definite answer, but you might explore it in terms of whether it's correlated with your emotions. Of course, as a woman, you have hormone cycles, but men have cycles too. So you might think of whatever your cycles are. They could be work cycles or personal cycles. So think broadly beyond just skin.
Yeah, that's great. I was totally thinking about boundary, and I was thinking about anger in particular also. I don't necessarily pick that up in you, but you definitely seem contained. And so there may be some things that are wanting to come through. So all kinds of exercises of like screaming, right? You really like Vian's pose, right? All kinds of stuff. All right, let's see. We've got DoveLight and Angela. And I think Sandra wanted to say something too, but
well, I'm not a doctor or a licensed doctor or anything like that, so I highly praise you for going to do the proper testing and all that. It's also very important to understand how the gut is going, or if you have a leaky gut or any sensitivities that we might be prone to, because that's definitely going to affect the skin. And sometimes we are not aware of how important it is to have a good health gut flora, because that's absolutely number one is going to affect the skin. Patience disappear too, and freedom. You possess the freedom to create your own happiness. I'm picking up very strongly that you do have an amazing beautiful, joyful energy. And there might have been the possibility that in the past it was not, I don't want to say safe to express joy, but you might have looked like different, like, oh, she's doing too much, or she's overdoing it compared to people around you. So it is definitely something related in the spiritual realm with your love and your self-love, self-worth, compassion. It's almost like you are the sun. I can see you like you are the sun. You're brighting so shyly, but for some reason there is still a little bit tiny part of you that it needs to feel safe before showing those, and that might be energetically reflected as this coming out. It's almost like, wait a minute, Shira, it's okay for me to express myself? It's okay for me to laugh or just move around with people around me or my community? Is it okay that? So I will highly recommend hypnosis or anything that might help you to relax enough. Oh, thank you. They're saying it is very important if you could cultivate feeling safe within yourself. And this is not a safety of something traumatic or something terrible. This is a type of safety to just be who you are, to have the freedom to express yourself. That's what I'm picking out. It's all about safety in a way that's what they're telling me at the moment. But you're doing an amazing job, they also tell me. And if you keep praying and have faith, they will guide you to what is the proper thing to help you to I don't know if it's eczema or something, but to help you to heal it eventually, because there is a solution they're telling me. Thank you.
And Angela's got something to share. Go ahead.
Hi, this is actually a situation that's a little more complicated for a forum like this. I do have some training in herbalism, and I can certainly take a look and we can discuss protocols and things that would help. But if you haven't already, you really need to go to a doctor and have them look at it. Because this can be anything from energetic to maybe you rubbed up against a plant that you're reacting to. It doesn't have to be diet, it could be something in the environment, but a rash can be far more complicated than we can just really do in this type of forum. And it would be maybe not best practice to do it on a 30-second soundbite, but a more in-depth conversation. I'll be around all evening if you'd like to chat further.
That's great. And I gave you the fine print in the chat too, that we're not medical doctors and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, but yeah, hearing different perspectives and getting ideas of different kinds of things always, I think, could be helpful. Could be hurtful. Could be helpful. All right, great. Well, I think we are running out of time for the panel. So thank you so much, everyone, for jumping in and asking questions. I know we have a few of you still in line that we did not get to, and that's why practitioners are in breakout rooms. Many of us will be able to answer questions in our breakout rooms. People are available for private sessions, and like Angela just suggested, there could be a longer ongoing thing, so things we can do outside of the group too. So we've all been talking about things that we're doing tonight, and there's a lot of other things that we also do as well, just like Angela was mentioning. She hasn't talked about herbalism before. So let's see, we are going to be, I'm going to be turning off the recording in a moment. So maybe I'll just, anyone that has been watching our video, you can learn more about our upcoming events at jointhefair.com and MeWeFairs.com. Thank you so much for joining for this part of the online fair, and come to one of the fairs and then you can participate in the rest of it sometime. All right, let me get the recording off.